Start talking right now.
Okay.
Okay, as we mentioned in Sarah's tile, you can see little chips came off. So if you want a distressed look, sometimes that's the look you want to achieve. But in Sarah's case, she wants to have this all white because she's a perfectionist. So in that case, you just take a little dab and fill it in where it chipped off.
There we go. I'll avoid the letters.
Yes. You can use your finger too. I mean, you can use a trowel if you can get in those areas, but if it's a tight corner or there's lots of calligraphy around an area, then you might want to use your finger or something a little bit smaller.
It seems to be working for me.
Okay, so the next step we're going to do is apply the distressing glaze on the surface. So we've got the stencil sealed, it's on. We can either leave it like this, we want to have a nice clean look, but we're going for the distressed look. So what we need to do is use our distressing glaze. And with the distressing glaze, we're going to pour some on and brush it on the surface. So I'll go first. And just a little bit you need, just kind of like enough to
Got it.
get it over the entire surface of the tile. And what you'll notice is it'll adhere or meld into the white very quickly and kind of ride on the black. Because we sealed the black with that soap wax.
Oh, right.
That organic soap wax that you asked me about before, which is important to note.
Are all the products organic?
The lime plaster, the pigments, and the soap wax are organic. The tile is made from green MDF, so recycled sawdust. So you can sort of see I've just given this a sort of amber hue to it, and it starts to settle in, which is quite nice. I think I'm going to wipe some of it off just because I want to have a lighter surface here, darker on the sides. And you are the artist in this respect. So if you want to have a little bit more in one area, or a little bit less, or a darker bottom, or a darker top, that's your choice.
Okay. So you just sort of give it a light little wipe around.
Just a wipe around. And the more you dab in one area, you can see you pull some off. If you want to cheat a little bit, you can add a little bit of water, because the water will help break down the surface a bit.
The water will make it a little lighter then?
Just a little bit lighter, yeah.
Okay.
But it dries really quickly on the white surface, not so much on the black, so you kind of have to be attentive when you're working like this. So that looks good to me. That's kind of a softer look here of whiteness here, and then a little bit more amber on the sides. And if you want to add another coat after it's dry, you can. You can add as many as you like.
What do you think of that, Randy?
That looks great. You know, it's
Yeah.
a nice city of light. Got good character in it. So we're ready to add the next step, which is a Surrey mix. So we're going to get to that right away. So now our glaze is dried onto the surface and we can see a nice distressed look. You have the option of leaving it looking like this, or we can do the slurry glaze on top. So we're going to take some white pigment.
What does the slurry glaze do?
It helps to give it a nice hazed look, a little bit more of an old world appearance. So it's an optional step, but I like to do it, so we're going to show what we're going to do here. So I'm going to take a little bit of the white and add it to our black pigment that we already made. And the white is not as strong as the black, so I always take a good 2 scoops, and I'm going to make a gray. I'm going to take 3 in this case. So there, you can sort of see how much white I put in there. And I'm going to mix that up. And I call this like a London fog gray. It's got a nice pasty look. Something like an old world tile has been sitting outside for ages, giving it a nice character.
Nice. Okay. Let's see.
So there's my color now. I can see it's like a gray.
Let's see. Oh yeah.
So you got yours as well.
Yeah.
And the same thing. Brush over the entire surface. But you have to kind of move a bit quickly with this one because it likes to set up so relatively swift.
So just paint it all on. Okay.
Yeah. I just cover my whole tile. And I'm going to take the cheesecloth, or you can take a paper towel. In this case, I'm using paper towel, a dry paper towel, and start in the middle and wipe the entire surface. You can see how you're kind of pushing the color around.
Okay. So just wipe the entire.
Rotate your cloth as well. Start from the center out. And you have a little bit of water as well to help pull some of the mix off. So I'm going to do a little dab. Not too often you get a doorbell
Okay,
when
I
you make
know
it a
if
fresco.
somebody's at my door and I'm in the middle of this, they're gonna have to wait.
Okay.
Okay, so
You can sort of see what I'm doing here as I wiped away, and you can see that it's a bit lighter.
okay.
You get the halo
How's
effect.
this?
Yeah. That's great. So I'm going to put a little bit more water on some areas here because I want this corner just to be a bit lighter. As well as that one.
Okay, there we go.
So there we go. So that's my distressed with the slurry on top. And now all I can do is let that dry, and then we'll get on to the final step.
How's this, Randy?
That looks great. You're the artist. You
There we go.
basically
I'm
choose
very
what you
happy
want.
with that.
You like that? Okay, good.
This is looking really great.
Yeah, we're getting there, and this is actually the last step to getting there. So this is the neat part. What we're going to do is actually take a little bit of sealer, or the crackle. It does double duty here. And what we're going to do is just put like a milky coat over the whole surface of the tile. And that's going to be a sealer to the surface. So it binds all the colors in so that nothing chalks off on your finger when it's dry. So you can sort of see the Fresco kind of chalky and pasty. Now if you wanted something dead flat, well here you go. That's dead flat. There isn't much reflection to this. So we're going to give it a little bit of a gloss treatment here by putting the sealer on.
So we just put this over completely evenly?
Completely evenly. I can see how it's like milky right now.
Yeah.
So basically I've got it right where I want it there. And then, sorry, I'm going to take a little bit of water and just pour that on. And that makes a bit of a slurry paste. And just brush that over the entire surface. It'll be milky, but it'll dry clear.
Okay.
And the nice part is it gives it a sort of like a nice semi-gloss appearance to it, which helps give it a little bit more drama.
So would this protect it from the elements? Like if I wanted to use this, like hang it outside, would I be able to do that?
If you're going to hang it outside, then you'd have to use an outdoor sealer for it, because it's designed for interior purposes only.
Okay.
So there, it's very milky, very wet, as you can see, but that'll dry crystal clear in about, I don't know, I'd say 25 minutes to an hour, depending how hot it is. So there, you got yours coated.
Yeah.
And now we're just gonna let those dry and let's see how they
Great.
turn out. Okay, so now we're basically done. We're done the final step, which is sealing your surface of your fresco. And this is kind of the reflection quality you get once you see. So you can see how the light bounces off the high points, and the low points it kind of settles in. So it gets a nice little subtle detail. And Sarah, you did a great job as well.
Thank you. I'm very happy with it. All the layering really gives it a lot of depth.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Very pleased with it.
Good stuff. Okay, so that's it. And the next step you need to do is basically decide what you want to do with the edges. You can fresco the edges, or brush them out with paint, or maybe even just leave them natural. That's your choice.
Okay.
So there you go. So be great and create.